Hi and welcome back. We're going to do two different dry pantry mixes today. If you remember back, I made pancake mix. So I'm trying to do a couple things when I have like free containers of like what me and my son go through. Pancake mix is working out great. That was filled to the top. So that is the one that I posted, which is the pancake mix. You can go back and look at that. On a previous video, but today I think I want to make the two pantry mixes. I think I'm going to do brownie mix and cornbread because with my son's work schedule and everything, that would just be way easier on me. If it's already made up in advance, then I could scoop out however much. So within these dry pantry mixes, for an example, you can double it, you can triple it, all depending on the size of your family. So that is what we're going to do today. I'm not going to put it in glass mason jars because this is working out great with the pancake mix in here. And in case you didn't see that video, I took a tag from my previous flour and I wrote right on there, homemade pancake mix, and you could add 1 cup of the mix and 1 cup of water or milk. So that's probably what I'm going to do again, is use my OXO containers. I have 2 right there. Alright, so that's what we're going to do today in this video, so let's get started. Okay, so I have you completely standing up on the tripod. This is the little area that I'm just going to work in, and we'll do the best we can do. So I think what I want to get started with first is some cornbread. I have some cornbread in a container that's just, taking up the room in the container. So I figured let's make up the dry mix so that when I want to do cornbread for me and my son, I can just scoop it out of the container, especially during the week with his work schedule. Super duper easy. Plus it's just cheaper to do it this way, and you know what your ingredients are going in, so that you don't have to buy any of the bag or box mixes. So let me get a bowl and a whisk. Now you may need a bowl, you may not, because depending on what container you're using, like for an example, if you're going to do this in mason jars, you're definitely going to need a bowl because you want to make sure that you mix it up really, really well so that everything is fully incorporated. So you'll need a bowl and a whisk if you're planning on putting it inside of a mason jar, and you may or may not need a funnel, just all depends. Okay, so let's get started with the cornbread. So my original recipe for the dry mix will give you like 1 pan, but I don't know, I have to see how much I have in here. You can play with the ingredients yourself. I think I'm going to start off with 2 cups of cornmeal. So what do I want to put the cornmeal in? I think I'm just going to put it in the container that the actual bag came out of, I think. So like I said, you could put it in anything you want. You could put it in a mason jar. You could put it in like the OXO containers. Whatever works for you, whatever's easier for you. Okay, I think I'm just going to make it in this so that I can keep all my dry mixes together underneath the cabinet or out on the counter. Okay, so let's start off with 2 cups of cornmeal. See how much we have in here. Okay, so 2 cups of cornmeal. This is a clean container. If I have more than I think in this bag of cornmeal, I might make a few more batches. Let me see. But these are great to already have made up and just have it ready. If you need to make something quick during the week, you can. I think I might have enough here. I don't have the bag open all the way. Let's see how much cornmeal I think I have. Okay, so that's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. Okay. So instead of me just doing the 2 cups, I'm doing the 4 cups. This will give me more pans of, if you're using like a cast iron pan, this will give you more in a serving size. Hopefully that makes sense. So I just did 4 cups. Now I'm going to do 4 cups of all-purpose flour. That's 2. 3. And 4. There we go. Let's move this out of the way. And now I'm going to do 4 tablespoons of baking powder. So let's do that. I don't want to lose count. Make sure it's baking powder, not baking soda. Two, 3, and 4. So there we go with that. Now, if you like your cornbread sweet, a little bit sweet, you can add sugar in at this point. So we just did the baking powder, and now I'm going to do salt. So let me get the salt. So I have to look at it. Tablespoon of salt. This is a kosher salt. And I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, unless you want it to have a little bit of a sweet taste. So let me explain this mix to you. So basically, here's your dry mix. And then when you're ready to make it, you can do your 2 cups of cornbread mix right here. You know, like in a large bowl, you can stir in buttermilk or just regular milk, 1 egg, and your melted butter, and it's that easy. And like I said, that would give you 2 cups of cornbread mix. I think we'll give you like 1 serving pan. So yeah. So anyway, you can add honey when you're ready to make it. You can add some sugar into here. I actually might add some sugar into here, just a little bit. I like cornbread. I like it really moist. If you're a person that does not have buttermilk on hand all the time, you can just pour regular milk and put some lemon juice in it, and you will have buttermilk. So there it is. There's our cornbread. And like I said, if you do, you could do it in a bowl. I'm just gonna do my best to mix it up in here. Maybe I should have put it in a bowl. Whoops. So See if we could do this without making a mess. But you want it to be thoroughly incorporated because you don't want to not have it evenly distributed and, you know, get a taste of like baking powder. So we're going to mix that really well. So I was mixing it. I wanted to show this too. If you have a lid that you absolutely trust, then you can turn it upside down and get it to mix in. That way you can do that with a really big mason jar as well. But just make sure it's really incorporated. And then you have cornbread mix on hand to make anytime you need it. I will definitely put this down in the description below. So initially I was going to make 2 pans, and now this will give me for 4 pans of cornbread mix. So I will find something real quick, I'll write on it, and I will put that inside of there, and we have cornbread. But like I said, just make sure it's really mixed up really well. I didn't trust my lid 1000%, but it's on there. That would have been a disaster, right? And you can also get your exercise in. And there we go. Just bang your lid down, and there's the cornbread. I'm going to get a piece of paper, I think, and just write on it and put it in there. So let me grab that. Now, if you make cornbread all the time and you remember your ingredients like the back of your hand, you don't even have to write on it. But I want to make sure that I write on something. You can type it out if you want and put it on the outside with tape. I'm not going to do that because this is going to be for me and my son for quick things. It's great to have it in the cupboard and not have to buy it. So I don't need a humongous piece. Hopefully my head is not in the way. Use whatever you got. Mine didn't rip straight, and that's okay. So I'm just going to write cornbread dry mix. Okay, so I'm going to give you the recipe for 1 serving. So you'll need 2 cups of the mix, and then you're going to need, where did I put it? Oh, I left it on my other paper. Hold on. Actually, no, because I think I have that part memorized. Okay, so for the 2 cups, you're going to need 1/2 cup of milk. Don't forget, you're going to be melting your butter. Let it cool. Milk or buttermilk, like I said, and then 1 egg, and then your melted butter. Melted butter. You're going to bake this at 400 for 20 minutes. And that's it. I didn't put on here, you know, you can add honey in because I just already know. And then I'm just going to put this right in there. Done. So I know that I did my pancake dry mix in a different video, but we're going to add that with now the cornbread. Let me quickly clean up, and then we will do the next dry mix. Okay, so the next one that I think I want to make, it was a toss-up, but I think I'm just going to go with this one. I want to make brownie mix. So if you do just like 1 1/4 cups of sugar, you'd get 16 brownies. So I think I'm just going to try to double it so I can get 2 pans of brownies. I don't know, we'll have to see with the cocoa powder, because it was interesting trying to find cocoa powder in the summertime. Everyone was like sold out, and Jay found it for me. Okay, so I'm going to use this container here. And we are going to start with 1 1/4 cups of sugar. Okay, let me see how much. All right, so I think I'm going to double it. This is pure cane sugar. Let's move the label out. And 1 1/4 cup of sugar. So 1 1/4 cup of sugar, but I want a couple panes of brownies. So just right there with the sugar, that's going to give me 2 batches of brownies. I'm basing it all off of how much cocoa powder I have left. Let me see here if I could do more. Where is it? Yeah, I should be able to do it. Alright, let's go for it. We're going to do another 1 1/4 cup of sugar. Just makes it easier for me to do it this way. Let's move that out of the way. And then we're going to need 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour. Where's my 2/3 at? Guess I didn't have my 2/3 out. The only reason why I was apprehensive about it is because I want to make sure it all fits in there. So, let's get the flour out. Okay, friends, so you know how we keep everything real over here. I just poured that sugar out. I think this is the organic pure cane sugar. And let me see if I could show you. I dumped it in another container. I don't know if you could see, but there's like, see what I mean? Right there. So this could not be good. You see that? Okay, glad I spotted that. That was it says vegan on it, but vegan pure cane sugar. So I just dumped it out. Alright, so we're going to kind of start over here with the brownie mix. And which is 1 1/4 cup of sugar. We're just going to use the regular sugar. Yeah, so that's unfortunate, but that didn't look good to me, so I'd rather not take a chance. Okay, so there is our sugar. Now we're going to do 2/3 of flour. I'm making a double batch. So we need 2 of these. You could do some of these for gifts, the holidays. I just want to make some up so that, you know, I'm not pulling out a bunch of things during the week. Okay, and then we need 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. So let me move this out of the way. I'll need the flour right this minute. And that's the cocoa powder. 1/2 cup. a double batch, you can make a whole lot more if you want, so you don't have to do it as often. I'm just only going to do for 2 servings, which will be 2 pans. So that was half a cup of our cocoa powder. Cocoa powder gets on everything. Okay. And then now we need our baking powder. If you're doing a single, it would be 1/8 a teaspoon of baking powder. Let me get my 1/8. So we're going to do this twice. All right, let me just double check. Okay, so that is the baking powder. We need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. There's our salt in there. You can do half a cup of chocolate chips in here. That's optional. So, same thing. We're going to mix that up. And then when you're ready to make brownies, you're going to do 8 tablespoons. I had to think for a second. 8 tablespoons of salted butter melted, 2 large eggs, teaspoon of vanilla, in with your mixture. I just did for 2 pans. I probably could do another one. So I get 3. Yeah, let's do that. 3 servings. And then we'll have to mix it. So let's do this again. I wasn't sure about my baking powder. So 1/4. This will give us 3 servings of brownies. Just look at it as 3 pounds of brownie mix done and made. Okay, so I need flour, which is behind me. So it gives me a little bit more room. 2/3, we need 1 more. There is our flour. And then a half a cup more of the cocoa powder. And then if you have nothing going on, the day that it's raining, or you know you have all the ingredients, you can just whip this up in a matter of minutes. Okay, so what else? Let's see. I need another 1/8 baking powder. And then we need to add the salt. Just my 1/4 adds. Let's see. And like I said, chocolate chips. If you wanted to put the chocolate chips in it, it's a half a cup, so you would need 1.5 cups for this batch. That's it. That is all done. We have brownie mix made, and we just made the cornbread mixture because my son likes brownies for sure, so do I. And sometimes I just don't feel like pulling everything out. And I never, ever do I buy it from the store. I just whip it up like this. Try to do clean eating without all the rotten ingredients that are in things. So again, I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to mix this up, and then I'm just going to write what I have to add into it when I'm ready to make it, which will be 8 tablespoons of salted butter melted. Remember, let it cool. 2 large eggs and a teaspoon of vanilla. So, pretty awesome. We got 2 pantry dry mixes, homemade, made and done, to go with the pancake mix. I might have 2 more up my sleeve. That might be in another video. But yeah, that is it. There is our brownie mix. I will do the same thing with the paper, and I'm just going to take my chances and shake this one up. Just hold your lid. But like I said, you could just do this in a bowl. But if you need exercise, give you a good arm workout. If you're using a glass mason jar, just use a bowl with a whisk to make sure everything is mixed together. But just don't take a chance on your container lids. As you can see, I hold mine, even though it's in a lock position. You just never know. And now that's like 3 boxes of brownie mix right there, ready to go for when I want to make a pan of brownies. And I think that's awesome. And I have to get rid of that other sugar. And I will write on the piece of paper. Do I have my piece of paper still? I think I do. We're the only one really seeing it, so it doesn't matter how it rips. Let me lean on the book. And I'm just going to put brownie mix. And then I'm giving you for like 1 pan. So that'd be half a cup of chocolate chips, which is completely optional. And then 8 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 large eggs, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, and then this will bake for 25 minutes at 350. And there you go. That's how easy that is to get some things up in your pantry or in your cabinet. Don't buy the box or the bag mix when you obviously can see how easy that is. Let me move this out of the way a second. Flour back here. And there you have it. Made that one first in a separate video, which is my pancake dry mix. And then we did the cornmeal and the brownies together. And I'm happy to have it because I don't feel like pulling out a bunch of ingredients. You know, during the week, my son has all different kinds of crazy hours. So think about making some dry mixes. Don't buy the box or in the bag. It has just too many chemicals in it in today's world when it's really that easy to put it together. 2 homemade pantry mixes in a matter of just literally a few minutes. So that's what I got for you today, is the brownie mix and the cornbread. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And now I'm going to clean up, and I may actually make some brownies tonight. Okay, friends, Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you make dry mixes or if you're still buying them at the store in the box or the bag. Super duper easy. Smash the thumbs up button. Share this video out. Think about subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye, friends.